from So Strict Studios in the city of Merriweck, one community, proudly diverse, Hot Whoppers Appreciation Society proudly presents Salty and the Champ. Featuring Ned Saltman Chobson and Dave the People's Champ Erickson. With Tom Hilton on special comments from the bar. And me, the announcer of the podcast, Miguel González. Joining us tonight, our very special guest, our Whopper's favorite son, Sam Harvey. Thank you for listening today. Now, over to you, Salty and the Champ.
Hello again. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Another episode, and this is episode 12. 12 episodes, PC.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, and you know what? It's probably a season's worth of episodes.
Yeah, 12's a good number.
Yep.
You know?
And I think if you can get to that, you can sort of feel pretty accomplished, and you might say that's probably enough.
Yeah.
Like you could say that. You could say we've achieved quite a bit here. So that's maybe what we're talking about. We might be talking about this being the last episode of Salty and the Champ. I don't know. We'll see how we go, but yeah, that's where we're at the moment. Episode 12 of Salty and the Champ, and me.
More episodes than Essendon had wins this year.
About that same amount.
I wonder what you were looking up there.
Oh, okay, so you confirmed.
It's like 12. It's like, did they win 12 games?
I'm Saltman, the Saltman, your boy Saltman, your Salt boy, Ned Jobson, that's me. And over here I've got my main man, the PC, the People's Champ, People's Champion.
Good evening.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, mate.
Good couple of first episodes today. Yeah.
Big, just come off a big footy chat.
Yeah, that was a footy-centric episode. I don't think we've done one
Yeah.
quite like that in the past.
No.
It's good
Not
to
for
get
a while at least, yeah.
It's good to get back on, to the real sort of subject at hand, the real sort of
the heart of Wapperinos.
Yeah, exactly what we're all here for, the real main event, the main attraction. That's the footy, because I love the footy, and I don't know about you, but I love the footy.
I mean, speaking of main attractions, this will be going out just before the grand final.
This will be airing, if all things go according to plan, this will be airing 2 days before grand final 2024. I think, now this is a prediction, while there are still 6 teams in contention, who's there? Oh,
your
myself?
predictions.
Oh.
It's a poetic way of saying your predictions are in the door.
Oh, okay.
You're about to say, carry on.
I was thinking, hang on, we got stuck into it a little bit too much because I haven't introduced the other boys. I thought maybe I was getting caught up on that, but that's probably a good time to say, hey, he's still here, sticking around.
Not going anywhere.
No, I can't get rid of him. Couldn't get rid of him if we tried. No, our boy, our mate, our friend, Sam Harvey, he's back once again. Thanks for sticking around, buddy.
It's a pleasure.
Enjoying yourself? Having a good time doing these?
Absolutely. Just becoming more and more at home.
Yeah, the more comfortable.
Like
more comfy as the night goes on. That's exactly how it's supposed to be as well. And of course, we've got Buttons, Mr. Tom Hilton, behind the bar. In front of the bar.
Yeah, in front.
In front of.
Turn around a bit.
You want to have a drink? You ever get tempted by...
No, I haven't had a drink in about a month and a half.
Okay.
Well, get back on it.
No, I don't think I will. I feel a lot better.
There's heaps
I
behind
feel a
you.
lot better.
Neck that whole bottle of Campari or something.
Mix the
Pour a bit of
Campari
Maduri
with
into your Aldi Cola Zero.
amaretto. That'll be nice. Yeah.
Apparently, if you have a Corona and a bit of Sano in that, it tastes just like Dr. Pepper.
I can imagine that.
There you go. We might have to do that. Maybe we'll try that on Salty and the Champ one day. If there's more Salty in the Champ, I don't know.
If there is,
This might be the last episode.
Yeah, it could be.
So thanks again for joining us, Samo. And always good to have Buttons on the buttons back there. We're going to get into some conversation this evening. And I think this is something I've been looking forward all night to talking about this with our esteemed guest, Sam Harvey, who is a very good generator of original content. He does some stuff in meme sort of building.
Particularly with the Simpsons as a background source of the meme. Now, he's sitting next to Buttons. Buttons is more of a...
abstract.
Yeah, like doing photo stuff. I'm not sure if he's using, Snapchat or whatever
he's got his different
tool
systems.
is, but he's... he will sort of put people into situations, odd photos, things like that. Like you said, very abstract. Sam is one of the best I've ever seen at seeing a sporting event and putting it into the
Simpsons context. Finding the perfect context from Springfield.
Yeah,
and
does it
matching
so
that up
quickly.
to what's actually happening in the world. Yeah.
Does it like almost live
Yeah.
in some instances. Yeah.
So, yeah, you're an incredible creator, Sam. And firstly, we just wanted to say, we all really appreciate what you're doing with that.
Well, I'm glad you do, because it's exclusively to an audience of you guys.
You've put some on Simpsons groups that have gained like quite a lot of traction.
You've gained some notoriety in the wider community.
Very rare, but yeah, they'll sometimes they're for a wider audience, but most of the
Had
time
a couple
it's
take
just
off,
it's just things either involving Dave or things that probably
Inspired by
a
him.
Simpsons reference that Dave will
David Jason.
Yeah. It seems like it sometimes. It seems like it comes just naturally to him. We've called this segment "What's in a Meme," because what we want to find out is what goes into the process, what goes into specifically Sam Harvey's process of meme making. Because he does them quite well, as we've said. And firstly, can we start with inspiration? So what sort of events, what sorts of conversations or happenings within the Whoppers or outside of Whoppers would kind of, inspire a meme to be made?
Oh, look, that just has to be that inspiration, and it doesn't need to really be a lot, it could be a particularly hot take or, somebody's used a phrase that's, akin to a Simpsons quote that you can, just easily sub in and out a couple of words.
Perhaps somebody's made a faux pas.
Well, that or maybe it's a particularly well decorated jacket. So sometimes it lends itself to a particular reference. Sometimes it's wonderful all round cricketing prowess of Bison. Do love to give him kudos whenever I can.
Seems like a waste of a meme to me.
You love it.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. I have really enjoyed, if I see something, if I see Sam Harvey has shared an image or Ham Carving has shared an image on my notifications, I'm always quite excited to give that one a click, because I know, there's a good chance that I'll have an actual lol here. Some ones that have, stuck out. What I'll have to do is I'll put them up in the edit. I should have got a collection together so that we can have them up on screen here. But do you have any personal favorites of ones that you've generated?
Oh, I think just because it's recent in my camera roll. I mean, with Dave with the no regrets tattoo guy, but just tattooing any random day.
And was that in what was the context of that one? Can you remember?
Oh, look, it was Essendon. Whatever number of days it was, but
Yes.
imagine just putting that in tattoo form. Look, as I've alluded to as well, Bolby's excellent assortment of knuckle coats as well. Homer when he's a teacher sewing on the elbow patches, and Marge is like, you've ruined a
Destroying
perfect jacket. But I think he made the Collingwood one or a Carlton one as well. So being able to give Bolby props, because that's an amazing passion project that he's had.
Yeah,
so I think
that's done well with that.
definitely got bringing back that style. So
for sure.
So that was out of respect for Bolby and what you do. So but
We salute you.
Favorites. I'm not sure. Look, it's Look, I guess, if I get about 3 likes, it's
a good day.
It's probably a good one.
I think 3 is a good threshold. Yeah. You can get like 1. It's like, all right, always going to get, a good lol from someone. But then you get a couple, you get 3. It's like, okay, I've hit the big time here. Yeah. You've kicked truly with 3 likes or 3 lols, 3 happy faces or smiles or laughs. If we can get a little bit technical now, what sort of program what sort of software do you use to put these together? Do you do these on a mobile device? Do you do them desktop? Take us into the technical side of things.
Yeah, look, purely mobile device. Haven't really got much other than the phone to work with. yeah, look, it'd be great if I could do this in Miguel's voice. Is the particular search engine I use? But no, either it's for a Simpsons-based one with they're quite easy to churn out quite quickly because Frinkiac's site.
Yep.
You can get any Simpsons quote, the screen grab, and it overlays the text. So then you just need a cutout of Dave's face, which I've got like as a hot button, or you can just usually find search for Mitch Marsh or whatever, and find a face cutout that vaguely fits the the position of the head on the body. And
sure,
those are easy because you can just cut it out and stamp it on, and it's just that that quick turnarounds. Like I know Ned, you can do amazing things with Photoshop and edit and make beautiful photorealistic sort of stuff, but I think with memes, the beauty is that they don't actually have to be very well made, as long as
you just need to get the concept there. You just need to get that concept just as translated as quickly and as basically as you can.
Yeah.
And the joke will land. Yeah. And sometimes the more sort of hurried and furious it looks, the funnier it is, because you can see the haste that went into it. It's like, I can't take the time to be precise with this. It's too funny. I need to get it out there right now.
Yeah, I suppose it's similar to maybe like back in your Hey It's Saturday, who was the sketch
John
artist.
Blackburn.
Yeah.
Was it Blackburn? Yeah, he used to do the drawings.
He did definitely the voices and stuff. I don't know if he wasn't the cartoonist though.
No, there was some other dude who was a cartoonist. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he would have been a quadruple threat if he was doing the illustrations as well.
Yeah.
I could do those illustrations. I could do them.
Remember a few episodes we were talking about like having a little Dickie D set up. That would, like, pop up and go, hello, Mr. Johnson.
We tried.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
We had a ball and a wig. Maybe. Well, who knows?
Maybe
who knows what the future will hold?
Yeah, who knows what the future holds for? Like, we could do the hey thing and sort of sign off and get resurrected after 10 years. And, maybe Daryl Summers can
have someone come in as pluck a duck and just like fuck up your garage and leave.
That'd be pretty unfortunate, but the meme production that you bring to the Whoppers chat is very much appreciated. Now we've talked previously about how the yin of Sam has a yang in Hilton in Tomo, and of course because of his sort of absence from the chat, we haven't seen any of
there's been a real lack
that
of
original content recently. So
has he got a plethora built up ready to release at some point?
Well, I was going to ask Sam, do you feel that you might have you felt the pressure rise
to fill that
a
gap
little bit in have you felt Tom's absence maybe a little bit more pronounced than others?
No, look, I do miss Tom's contribution. I think that's the more memes the better, and like Tom makes quality content, so it's it's a pity, but look, I haven't really felt like an obligation to bust out more content. It's just it's just there for the Whoppers.
See, this is why monopolies are bad, and why it's always good to have competition.
Yes,
right, because he's just said he hasn't felt the pressure. He can just sort of lay back a bit. So you need competition to push.
Exactly, it's like the space race.
Or Tesla and who's the other guy?
Edison.
Was it Edison?
Edison,
yeah.
Tesla.
Yeah,
I like my analogy better. Space race. USSR versus USA.
Yeah.
It's not just about you.
The great rivalry of Robbo and Jez. No, I think that's certainly something I wanted to touch on tonight is how you see through the where you find your inspiration, how you put it together, and so how it all comes together really, because as you said before, and as I think most people know, I'm a Photoshop user, trained in Photoshop, and before the kind of mobile era, before the kind of photo editing capabilities of mobile devices really took off, that's all you could really do to put stuff like that together was Photoshop and sort of a couple of other programs like that. So I felt that
Windows Paint.
Yeah, I felt that the accessibility of making content like this has been a very positive thing. Not that it needs to be incredibly good quality, but people are now able to do these crude Photoshops very, very easily. And
Yeah.
it's produced some.
This is just too easy.
I wonder if Dwayno makes silly little memes for his mates.
Of all of the Fox Footy personalities, I think he'd be the most likely candidate to do quick photoshops on his phone. Definitely.
I reckon so as well. Yeah.
Do you think they'd be slightly problematic?
No, I think Dwayno is pretty wholesome.
Dwayno's woke enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he supports woke. Yeah. Yeah, cool. All right. So look, I think we need to jump back to the footy now because we are coming up on Grand Final 2024. We're a couple of days away from it. And
you were saying before, you were talking about there was 6 left at the time when we're filming this, and
yes.
You had predictions.
So, all right, my predictions are in the semi-finals. Look, I reckon it'll be a good game, but I don't think Hawthorn are going to get there quite yet. Like, good on them, and like we said in the last step, like I'm pretty kind of happy to see them do what they're doing actually. But yeah, I think they'll probably just fall short in the semi and probably won't get there. Port will have their chance in the prelim. And probably, I would think GWS can probably beat Brisbane. So I think we'll see so that would mean Geelong versus GWS and Sydney versus Port. And I'll think the Sydney and Geelong will win those prelims easily. They've had the week off. Certainly Sydney's been all year looking the goods. Geelong just always deep in September contenders. So I think it's them this weekend. Yep, I think it's Sydney versus Geelong. What do you think?
I think you're probably right.
From the semis. So
I think we'll beat Port.
Okay.
He's basing this off his observations of last week and all the watching he did of his team. He thought, I like what I see here.
It's a vibe.
Yeah.
It's a vibe, Tom.
I wonder
Vibe.
if you watch what was the movie? You'll probably watch another movie, the sequel
King.
of whatever.
Yeah, the King 2.
The King,
The
King
Emperor.
2. Okay, so you reckon you've got a chance against Port?
Yeah,
you do have a chance against Port.
I think we beat Port. I think
Certainly
I think
think
if
it'll
we
be
beat
close.
Port and then come up against Geelong, I think that's maybe where we struggle.
Did you beat Geelong this year when you faced them?
No idea.
Of course you don't. Know. Look, I wouldn't put it past them to beat Port. But yeah, GWS Brisbane, who's got the goods there?
Don't know. Yeah. Probably. I don't know. Don't know.
Doesn't know. He doesn't watch.
I'm not attached. I'm not attached to those.
You're waiting for the cricket to come.
I'm waiting for the cricket.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Do you reckon it's going to be a Sydney Geelong grand final?
Yeah, I think it will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually the prelim finals that have had the week off, isn't it?
Yeah.
Although Geelong doesn't have a great track record after a bye.
Right.
Well, I mean, admittedly, they played Port after a week's break, but
well, that's the shit thing about the way the final series is now. Everyone gets the week off before, and then if you're one of those teams that wins your first final, you're basically playing one game.
One game a month.
One
game
4 games
within
in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You lose momentum.
Yeah. Do you concur? You reckon we're bound for another Sydney Geelong grand final?
Look, I think anything other than that would feel a bit like an upset. But yeah, especially they're at home. But yeah, I suppose the thing is, can Port as well psychologically bounce back from a thumping from Geelong? They've got a second chance. If they can perform, yeah, Port's probably another one that could maybe run with. Who would they play off against? Sydney?
Yes.
Yeah, so that they might have a run for it, and calm the sound as well. They were looking good until the final minute. They could have been a surprise packet. They conceded 2 late goals for Sydney to win. They weren't far off, so that they could be a smoky against Brisbane as well. If you look at Brisbane, sure they had a good result, but yeah, like Carlton was probably the opponent you'd want to have as any team in the 8. So
sure,
yeah.
And Buttons, what do you think?
I don't know. I think that the Hawthorn Port game is a toss up because who knows what you're going to get from Port. They can beat anyone or they can fall flat, and Hawthorn seem like on their day they can beat anyone right now. So
Yeah.
I hate to say it, I kind of want Hawthorn to win.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. I certainly wouldn't be
Just for
disappointed if
just for the story.
if they were to lose, I'd be sort of happy that okay, they can calm down now. But if they were to win, I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. Let's see how far they can go. Yeah, I'm pretty agnostic on these Hawkers, to tell you the truth. Agnostic
I don't
on
think I'd
Hawk Bowl.
extend the same courtesy towards
Hawk
Essendon.
That's because you're a downright jabroni, mate.
That's all right.
That's not all right, actually. It's
It's rude.
It's rude. It is rude.
I am what I am.
It is. He's a John Farnham hating jabroni, and I won't stand for it. Yeah, we actually did have a bit of animosity this week on the chat when you I can't remember what it was, but I was quite incensed by something you said, something you did.
What did I say?
You thumbs down. That's right. You gave my comment a thumbs down.
What comment was it? Yeah.
I can't remember what the comment was.
Was it
but-
about Thursday footy?
Yeah, it was actually.
Yeah,
You said that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You said
Yeah.
that Sunday football is better than Thursday night football.
And it
I
is.
said,
Boring.
yeah, I said that. You know what? That's not right. I like Thursday football, and I think it's better than Sunday football. You gave me a thumbs down,
Yeah.
and I said, yeah, give me a thumbs down on the pod, you coward.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, look.
Well, I think I did. I slagged you off about John Farnham last
did.
time. So
Yeah. Well, that's more giving John Farnham the
Yeah.
thumbs down.
read between the lines, Ned.
Figure out that OBS.
I loved that
Yeah,
album.
yeah.
I love that Farnham album, Read Between the Lines. Yeah, I think we're bound for another Geelong Sydney Grand Final. Unfortunately, I had to say it.
Boring.
Yeah, it is, Homer. We've seen it in the last 2 years. Whenever you get, I was thinking how annoying it would have been by 1985, the third year in a row of Hawthorn Essendon Grand Final for all the impartials that were having to put up with that. If you just get that same, by that point it's just so fucking repetitive. I can't remember if we've had another grand final between the same two clubs that many times, like
Yeah,
consecutively.
Brisbane Collingwood was twice.
Twice, yeah. And then Geelong made appearances in 7, 8, 9,
Yeah.
and 11.
Like Sydney and West Coast, I think they also
Yep.
played twice in a row.
Yep,
but
there
yeah,
was those two
yeah.
as well. Yeah, they're two different winners. But yeah, so it's a bit annoying when you just get the same fuckers.
Mm.
You'll agree where I should be in September.
Yeah, well, yeah, I disagree with a lot of the, I feel there's something about, now this is tinfoil hat stuff here, and I don't know if I've mentioned on the pod before, but because we're talking about Geelong and about how they're, always, deep in September, I think there is something about Geelong being the only Victorian club to have a true home ground advantage that's somehow leading them to be the success that they are. And I would consider that an unfair advantage because they're basically a Melbourne suburb. They're a Melbourne club, if you ask me. Geelong, they're a Melbourne club. And they're playing in their
you
own...
sound quite salty at the moment.
Well, I am, and
Yeah.
that's fine, and it's appropriate too because they're down there on the seaside, so they'd be salty as well. But they're the only club that has a true home ground advantage in this state, and that is, I'm not going to stand for it.
They've done well enough with their ground to make it profitable.
They've done well enough
to
by
retain
the
it.
virtue of being like technically not in the city, but they are because they don't have to fly on a plane to play games in Melbourne. So.
I
I
was
don't
looking
know.
at the Wikipedia of the 2000-2001 era, looking at the page for that season. I didn't realize we're still playing at Prince's Park, like well into
Yeah.
this century.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
when was the last game there? I don't remember.
Well, by I think
went to one of the
2000
last ones because I think us and Carlton were both the last home tenants there because we were tenants at Prince's Park for a
Yeah,
while.
we played
2005, I
interstate
think, when it was it called Optus Oval?
Oval. Oh, I don't
Okay.
know if it was called Optus Oval. They're still playing there.
I think it was maybe
teams.
then.
Yeah, I think it was Optus
Optus Oval, and it was like 05 or so that it was.
they were the main sponsor.
And that would have been the last Melbourne ground, other than the Dome and the G, to host the.
Well,
AFL
there you
game.
go.
Yep.
Last time Essendon won a final, we were still playing footy at Prince's Park.
Yeah, and 05, mid 2000s, 06, 07 Geelong are back.
Mm.
So it correlates with their success. Correlates with
Yes, but Carlton weren't up and about then. They've been shit since the late 90s.
Yeah. And what I'm saying is, past that point, past 2005-06, the only team in the last 20 years, basically, to have a true home ground advantage in Melbourne is Geelong.
Do you think it might have been a little bit more to do with
is there anything,
like, good coaching and recruitment?
It's definitely got a bit to do with that. But I'm saying this gives them just that little.
Yeah.
What do you
it
reckon,
would help.
Sam? Does that sound like total?
Does
Does that sound like total tinfoil hat shit, or is that is there something there?
I would say that Geelong does get to play at their home ground, but they'll also play a lot of games at the MCG against big clubs. They'll get the touring interstate teams a lot of the time play at Geelong, but I think where Geelong has a big selling point as well for players is you can play for a Victorian team. You can still do your front bars and be in a guest slot and all the rest, but you're outside of the Melbourne bubble as well. You look at how they've been able to draft like Paddy Dangerfield. He just wanted to surf. Like, well, what other team can really offer that lifestyle of being able to get to all the media obligations and be in the Melbourne bubble, but be outside of the Melbourne bubble at the same time? So I think it does a lot for their recruiting.
Yeah. I think that's essentially what I'm saying. It's like they've got this. They're in this kind of like little Goldilocks zone geographically that gives them this kind of edge. Whether it's attractive, like some sort of attractive selling point for recruiting, or whether it's the proximity to play games in Melbourne
but
without having to fly.
It's probably a double-edged sword as well. That they say that like any team that's had tenure at Docklands hasn't won the flag except for Doggies and Bombers. You'd include. I think in the 2000, Docklands had just been built.
Yeah.
So they're saying, in one way, this is a disadvantage to not play the MCG, but Geelong goes against that by having a home ground who also happen to be able to play the MCG quite well, as the trophy cabinet would indicate. So,
Well, yeah, they do shit me a little bit. Like, again, just like a club that's had a successful period in contrast to Essendon's non-successful period. It's always going to shit you. But look, they're not like I was going hard for them in 07 for their drought breaker, and then when they played
any game against the Hawks.
Yeah, any game against the Hawks, of course. Yeah.
But actually, they lost to the Hawks. They won against Saints. And Collingwood.
Won against Saints the year after.
Collingwood, of course.
Yeah, and of course you're going for them, 11 against Collingwood. They the next time they made a grand final was nearly 10 years later against Tigers, in 20.
Yeah.
The COVID affected year. That one they lost. Tigers were able to win their third. And we saw them again in 2022 when they won. So, a grand final featuring Geelong is no foreign sight, but also Sydney. We've seen them in 2022, 2016, 2014, 2012, 2006 and 2005. So they've been definitely well represented over the last 20 years as well. So what I'm saying is, I'm a bit sick of it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a little bit sick of these two clubs. Always having the laughs, always having the last laugh, one of the two of them. Between those two clubs, well, actually, Sydney have only won 2 grand finals, haven't they? Yeah, that's what I think.
Just the 2,
as in the sort of recent era. But that, speaking about drought breakers, that 05 one, that was a big drought breaker. The last one, South Melbourne one, was in the 30s, I believe.
Also, the worst period for football. That's the era of flooding.
Oh, yeah.
Just terrible spectacle, very low crowds. You look at the crowds of the games back then, maybe it was because of the MCG renovations. But even the interstate games and everything, it's a lot bigger now, contrary to Dave's shy away from the competition.
This was back when you were still watching footy in the 2000s.
But that era, if it wasn't a close game, like if you look at the 2005-2006 grand finals, they're not good games. They're not entertaining. They're entertaining in the last 5 minutes because they're so close.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's a terrible spectacle.
Yeah.
Some of the rules they've changes recently have been good.
Yeah. well, I think no better rule change was the rule change that was implemented after the 2008 grand final based on Hawthorn's rushing of behinds, was walking the ball over the
classic
over the
AFL
goal line.
knee-jerk reaction.
It won them the game, but it was pretty.
You'd have to agree that
Yeah.
that improves the
Exactly,
quality of the game, though. To
Oh.
not be able to just
I mean,
concede.
One game, a team had used that tactically in like 100 years, and then they changed the rule.
Yeah, but they do it and they win the game, they win the premiership, and then other teams will, of course, follow unless they change that rule.
Well,
Yeah.
they might have, they might not have.
I don't think it's
Coaches
great
might
to
have
see.
come up with a way to deal with it.
I don't think it's great to see.
Look, it seems a bit like dirty pool, but you've got to get yourself in that position where you're up and
that's
you
right.
can just run down the clock and concede.
But that's like
without-
that whole thing around they bought in the bye in the final round because they wanted to protect the integrity of the final round of the season, right? But it's like,
Bullshit.
well, if you're in a position, having played the whole season, where you can afford to rest guys for your final game, that's a benefit you've earned, right?
Yeah.
So now you take that away and give it to everybody in the final series.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's like a million times worse than not letting people rush it behind. I think that's one of the dumbest things. Because then they're like, you protect the integrity of the final round, whatever that's worth, but then you jeopardize the integrity of the whole final series.
I can see the point there, yeah. And like, they go pretty overboard with rule changes.
Yeah.
Like they're a bit trigger happy when it comes to that.
Those evildoers.
Well, they have a whole department that looks after it, so they've got to justify their jobs. Because if they don't change any rules, then
That's right.
Yeah, what are they
got to send them down to the Centrelink office.
Not literally, obviously.
Exactly, not literally, because they've probably got mates to take care of him in other
Yeah,
industries or
yeah.
other businesses. Because we know these people, they run in the same circles and they're just glad handers and sycophants, and we don't need them. We don't need them in this game.
rent seekers,
And until we get that people's revolution led by the people's champ,
of course, yeah.
we're not going to see any change with this organization. But maybe one day we can get there. We can dream, can't we?
One day they'll be up against the wall.
Yeah. Hey, are you ready for another mini confrontation?
I am. You bring it on. Yeah.
This one.
What
This
have we
one.
got?
This one. I think that you'll enjoy this one. This one's my one of the ones that I've enjoyed over the last little while, and you might know this guy. You probably don't know this guy. We've got. No, I'll put this on the edit so that you get a nice audio coming through for it. But this wasn't the one that I wanted to show. I think I'll go back because I might have gone to a different one. There's this guy here. His channel is DPeasy2099, and actually, I'll tell you what. I'm just going to scroll through some of these. Do you have any idea what you're about to see here?
No. What's bussin'?
Well, that's a good question. What's bussin'? Bussin', this might be...
Yeah, it's a Gen
Take
Z
it, it's
term,
good.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bussin' is good.
Where was the one that I was fucking wanting to show you? Actually, let me find. These are the shorts. Let's look at his popular shorts. Now,
Looks
this
like
guy...
his whole channel is shorts.
Yeah, he's got a lot of shorts. Well, that's how I found this guy. I saw him on the shorts. And this might be it here. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and play it and just tell me what you think.
Hey, Bunky, lunch is... Hey, Bunky, what's up, man? What you doing over there?
That's fucking
I
around.
like your stuff, but it won't work.
Yeah, it won't work. That's damn right it won't work. Hang on, let me
Hey,
try that
Bunky,
again.
What's up, man?
Here
What
we
you
go.
doing over there? Kind of like your stuff, but it won't
Oh, it's a
work.
fucking lighter. No, I wanted it. All right, let's try this one here.
Man, hey Bunky, lunch is whack today, bro. I'm gonna make a cheesy man wheezy when we get in for yard, bro. You think you don't want one?
Yeah, make mine extra cheesy.
All right, for sure then. I got you.
Oof. Oof, my dog.
Bussin'.
Okay, so that's our boy Deep Easy 2099.
The man made a Cheetos patty.
Yeah. So this guy does jailhouse style.
Is he actually
cooking
in jail?
videos. No, he's not in jail. Although he is an ex-con.
Yeah.
I don't know what he did. I don't know what he did time for, but there was a video.
Crimes against food.
Shoplifting Cheetos.
I want to find the ones because he does that act. So he does that act. Now, I see him just pop up when I'm going through my YouTube shorts, but now that I'm on his channel, I can't find any of the ones that I've been looking at. Here we go. The ones that say jailhouse.
Always get the chili mac.
I'm sorry, this is starting to fuck up. I don't know why it's been
Always
so.
get the chili mac. MR.
That's not the one. I want to find another video to play you. But yeah, that's his. Here we go. Jailhouse drink for birthday.
Hey, Bunky,
boy.
it's the homie's birthday today. I'm gonna make a bomb baby when we get in from yard, bro. You think you don't want some? Oh, happy birthday to the homie. Hell yeah, make me some. All right, for sure. Then I got you. Bussin'.
So there you go. A couple of you can probably get the idea now.
Yeah.
So yeah, this guy here, Deep Easy, he makes cooking videos jailhouse style. So basically, the way that convicts would make little snacks and treats for themselves using the devices that they've got, the limitations that being in
Like
the
MacGyver
slammer
kind of stuff.
Hey,
It's like
it is.
MacGyver.
It's like MacGyver doing
yeah.
this kind of thing. So, first of all, the cheesy man Wheezy. Would you give that one a go? The first one we saw.
You know what? I would probably try it. I don't think I would have like a whole thing. I would like chop off get the card and chop off like a little bit and like toothpick through it. And like, I'll give it a crack.
It looks pretty fucking disgusting.
That drink, I don't know what the fuck that drink was.
That drink was.
Was that was he put in
It was like a virgin mocktail.
Well, he had like a little G bag with white powder, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
It was candies and stuff. So there's it was instant
Pop
coffee and Pop Rocks crushed up with orange.
If you
with,
go back to the very,
strawberry
very
soda.
start, he had looked like a fucking bag of.
I think that was sugar or sweetener.
Right.
Yeah, not that you need it because
But is it like a little G bag?
Yeah, it looks like one of those little mint lollies or
that drink.
hard-boiled lolly.
Yeah, it might have been that.
It's like
crushed up.
cane
it's like crushed up candy. I don't know what that red soft drink was.
I think it's some sort of strawberry.
No, it's that's cinnamon.
Big red cherry.
No, it's cinnamon.
Oh, cinnamon.
Yeah.
Cinnamon.
They love.
Oh yeah, it's
cinnamon
just
shit
like the big
over
red,
there.
chewing gum. Yeah.
I've tried that. It's disgusting.
It's
But,
bussin' or
they-
disgussin'?
What?
Was it bussin' or
It was
disgussin'?
disgusting. But cinnamon flavored things in the US is like Vegemite to us, though. I mean, they fucking love it.
Yeah, they do love their cinnamon. I want to find one more. Here we go. Jailhouse tamales, no ramen.
Hey, Bunky, I'm gonna make some tamales when we get in from yard, bro. You think you don't want some?
Hell yeah, make them the OG way.
All right, for sure. Then I got you.
These are the same lines every episode. Yeah, he's definitely got a formula for it. And it's mostly just this. It's mostly just crushing shit up and moisturizing it somehow.
I'm surprised at the consistency you can get from after he crushes it and liquid with it.
Bussin'.
Hey, Bunky,
3 bussins so far and no discussins.
Yeah.
I I don't know if he's. I don't know if he's
I mean,
telling the
you
truth.
know, if you're in jail, you probably got a lot of time to come up with shit
Yeah,
like this.
exactly. I like how he always starts it off by offering it to his bunkmate, Bunky.
Yeah, right,
And I saw a comment on one of his videos. It's so fucking funny. He says the reason we never see Bunky is he's always got the shits.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Sam, what do you reckon of this guy?
Look, I don't know if anyone's actually going to take up his tutorials, and if it's for an audience of people actually in prison. Like, maybe there'd be, they want to branch out a little bit. But look, I don't mind the MacGyver concept. I'm just thinking, if there was an equivalent one for maybe like you're hiking and, you want to make something up, maybe something that's not so processed, or it could be like, like way to make a little, cheesecake or something for a little sweet treat at the end of your day's hiking.
Cheetos cheesecake.
Yeah, just spice it up a little bit. Well, yeah, it's basically cheese. Yeah, but yeah, look, I feel like it's probably shareable because people are thinking it's disgusting, despite despite what he tells us.
Yeah, despite the claims of bussin', the shit's disgusting. I've never seen him go like our old mate. Do you remember Dries Rolvink, the wine taster?
Oh yeah.
From the last Confront Mini.
Yeah.
He was always the same shit. He never gave never disapproved of a wine.
Yeah.
I think this guy never gives himself a discussing.
Yeah, I reckon.
I think he's always he's falsely claiming bussin'.
Yeah.
It's all fake news.
Yeah.
It's phony stuff. It didn't happen.
Did you find that one confronting? Not as confronting as
not as confronting. I think it's interesting.
It is a mini. Usually the minis are a little bit of a lighter take, probably just more entertaining.
But I think it's interesting. Like it's creative. It's more creative than that Novak douchebag. It's like
more creative.
These guys have got
a bit more.
They want like a fancy lunch or something. They've got very limited things to work with.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Like.
They got
to
find joy wherever you can find it.
How many thousands of packets of Cheetos they went through before they got something that was bussin'?
I don't know if I'd try any of the stuff that DPZ makes, but I do salute him for doing something that no one else is doing. I certainly haven't seen. And I think that actually is a very interesting topic is prison cooking and how you can get certain recipes and certain methods together with those limitations, but to me it just seems like it's just a matter of crushing up your Cheetos and pouring some lemonade on it to make your tamale fucking dough.
Hey, you idea for your next cooking video?
Maybe we'll bring DPZ into Salty's kitchen and give us a bussin'. Wonder what he'd think of Salty the Champ. Maybe he gives a bussin' or discussin'. I like the Let's Confront minis because they are a little bit of a lighter take and maybe not as confronting as Looning or as Adult Kindergarten.
That Looning, I think that one's going to stay with me for a while. That's a bit of a worry.
Has it awoken something in you?
It's like I don't know. It's just like a nightmare that you think about.
You'll wake up, with a balloon will pop in your head. And you'll wake up, jolt yourself awake.
Someone killed one of my kids.
Loony. That guy is a loony too. Well, I think we're coming to the end of the episode. We got one last thing on the agenda, which is the highlight of the week. Purse. I'll start the ball rolling here. I'll get the ball rolling here. My highlight is making some really good progress on my kitchen renovation. Big time. I have been in there with the drill. I've been in there with I've been going hardcore on the leveling, making sure it's all level and all sort of perfect because I needed to take the time to get it right. And that's what I kept saying to myself. I'm like, get it right.
Measure twice, cut once.
Measure twice, cut once. That's right. Really.
You're sick of prison cooking, aren't you? You just want a functional kitchen back.
Yeah.
I wonder how I could do a kitchen renovation jailhouse style.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'd be pretty disgusting.
Take it easy.
Dave, what's your highlight of the week?
I honestly can't really think of one.
Hawthorn winning their first final in 10 years.
It's hard to be a highlight when I didn't watch it.
I
Probably.
guess watching the King was your highlight.
No, probably Red Bull looking like they've actually shit the bed in the F1 season.
Oh no!
They're gonna lose it. Yeah.
Poor Red Bull.
Well, that's the. I know you don't follow that, Ned, but it's the equivalent of Geelong finally falling and not being up there anymore.
Yeah. Finally.
Because they've dominated for 4 or 5 years now, and like dominated, been like untouchable.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Finally getting a reality check. Hey. Yep. Okay. Good. Sam, have you got a highlight that you'd like to share with us? Anything in personal life or in your wider public life that you'd like to?
Did something a little bit different. Preserved moss art workshop.
Oh,
which like that was a gift to Amy. She missed out doing it at the Flower and Garden Expo. So
preserved moss. Yeah. So it's like dead, like dried out or something.
So it's no longer alive, but it's kind of died and still has a feel like realistic feel to it. But it's sort of putting that in a picture frame, and it's kind of like doing a little terraforming sort of thing. It's a bit of composition involved. That
I get heaps of videos on my YouTube feed now because I watched this one video once about like making a terrarium in like a jar, and people going like get moss and stuff now. Like half of my tube is full of it, and I just keep watching them. So like they don't disappear from the feed.
That's it. Yeah, you got to eat your feed. I have only just got my Spotify discovered playlist back on track.
Right.
Used to play a bit of ambient overnight, and I didn't realize how much it would sway the fucking algorithm.
Yeah, it fucks it up bad.
You got to put it on private.
I know that now. Thank you. I know that now. But yeah, if only I had to smash a lot of John Farnham. Had to play Whispering Jack on repeat to get it back on track.
See, I watch one random video on YouTube and it will like completely every second video on my feed will be that.
Yeah.
But I can't really do it in private because like I subscribe to it. If you go private, then you just get smashed with ads.
That's it.
Yeah.
Can't go back.
First world problems.
Buttons, did you have a highlight you wanted to share?
Look, it's been a bit of a tough week actually, but I guess your sporting run was there, so I'll say that the return of the NFL. Very loud.
I saw on KO there was a whole bunch of NFL. My cards back.
Yeah, well, I do love the NFL. I love my Green Bay Packers.
Do you watch full games or you watch your minis?
I'll watch the full game for the Packers games, but I'll watch the minis. I mean, it's another game. We can talk about loving the game but hating the organization. The NFL is a pile of garbage organization.
They're real bastards.
And you think the AFL has introduced too many knee-jerk reaction rules? Like it's the first Packers game there was a penalty flag basically on every play because they haven't adapted to it. Anyway, that's very boring. But it's I'm glad the season's
early
back.
season drama,
and we'll see how they go. Although the quarterback Jordan Love hurt himself on the last play of the game, so we'll see what happens. But yeah,
wish you all the best.
Go Pack, go!
Yeah.
I saw the US Coppers locked up one of the NFL players on his way into a game because they thought he was giving him attitude.
Oh,
was that an NFL player or was it basketball?
I don't know. I didn't see that one.
Was this the roadside video of it?
It was, or there's body cam and stuff of it. There is roadside, but he was driving into the stadium or something, and the coppers waved to pull him over or something, and he pulled over, and they were. He says I'm being rude to him, and then they end up getting him out of the car, making him lie down on the ground, cuffing him behind his back. Then all these other players start turning up, and then the security manager turns up, and the cops have to let him go.
Yeah, right. It's a basket case over there, isn't it?
America.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is the last part of the last episode. I don't know if we're coming back, Dave. I don't know if we're going to be picked up by anybody. If we're going to get renewed for season 2.
Maybe if you get some love. If we get some love on the
if they shout out, they shout out and say, "Hey, we want more. We want more." If they leave a comment and they say, "Yeah, give us more. Give us
Tell
more."
people that Ned said something disparaging around 9/11, and we'll at least go viral, and he might get picked up by what's that? RT News.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think I said anything that I wouldn't be.
Don't tell them that. They won't watch it if we find out you said nothing.
Of course, I'm going to defend myself, but no, I'm pretty happy to put that online. I think I'll bleep out.
Be like the next Alex Jones.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. Yeah, Alex Jones used to be a very sane human and quite a handsome human as well. If you see photos of him when he's like in his 20s, it's like, what the fuck happened to this guy?
He's probably still sane now, but he's realised he's got like a way to make money.
Maybe. Yeah, you never can tell with these grifters whether they're like
he's a
whether
grifter.
They're truly demented or whether they're just trying to make some cash. I think probably the latter. Never attribute to. I don't know. I'm not going to finish that. It's late in the evening.
Yeah, it is late.
Samo,
evildoers.
They are evildoers. Samo, have you had a good night with us?
Oh, look,
on Salty and the Champ?
Absolutely, yeah. Like,
Yep.
It's good to see behind the curtain and yeah, know how the whole thing comes together. I'll be watching and sharing and absolutely looking forward to whatever future endeavours.
Whatever the future may hold.
Salty and the
If
Champ.
we come back for a second season.
If we can.
Hey.
If we can do it.
You've got a cricket season coming up. So,
We do, yeah.
Or
Yeah.
just Globo
Big
Sports.
season too,
Yeah.
Australia, India.
Yeah.
Big cricket.
Ooh, those are going to be some tasty tests. Yeah, maybe we'll come back for a cricket special. Maybe a few cricket specials. Maybe
Yeah.
we pivot. Maybe it becomes the
We've
Champ
lost-
and Salty
Yeah.
during
Yeah.
cricket season.
And we swap seats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get a new sign.
Yeah.
I'll just turn it
I'll come in
upside
wearing
down.
cricket whites.
Yeah.
Dressed as the Richies.
Now we are talking.
We got to thank Buttons for all his hard
All
work.
the hard work that he's done and everything, the X factor that he's brought to
Yeah.
the experience here.
It's been a pleasure.
He loves it.
The years he's taken out of his back sitting on that couch.
Yeah.
Well, I
Does the-
appreciate
has the pillow helped
you've
today?
given me the lumbar support.
You seem a bit more comfortable
I'm
there
a
now.
little bit more comfortable, but if we do come back for cricket season, maybe we'll work it out. We'll switch it.
We'll find a better,
Hammocks.
more ergonomic solution for Buttons. Yeah, need to make sure your
Burnt
buttons are comfortable. Well, that might do us then. That might do us.
I think so.
For Salty and the Champ season 1. I have had an absolute ball hanging out with you.
Likewise.
On the odd Thursday.
Yep.
The winter. It's been a winter podcast because it's now this first week of spring. We're wrapping it up now. So yeah, I personally would like to keep doing this, but I cannot make that commitment without some sort of sign, some sort of emphasis from the wider community that sort of gives me the assurance that is the right move. Because I do.
Is it
need
what
to-
they want?
Is it what they want? Are we doing the right thing
Yeah.
here? I know what I want to do, but I want to make sure that it is, the right thing to do.
Yeah.
In the eyes of the community, the Hot Whoppers community, the Hot Whoppers experience. Okay. I love everybody here. I love everybody. It's
He's
so
done
fun.
some MDMA.
It's so
That's what was
It's
in that
so fun.
crushed up baggie.
No, I was just reflecting on the tapings we've had, the recordings we've had, and it is a great way to spend an evening. It's like Praise You from last time, except I'm not praising anyone specifically. I'm just generally saying it is
Certainly
fun.
not R. Kelly.
He's a bad man. He turned out to be a very bad man. But yeah, I think that's probably it. Is it? Unless anybody else wants to say anything specifically, give any other praise. I feel like I'm talking to my class.
Look, we'll be back. We'll be back.
Maybe we'll be back. I think we will be
we'll
back.
be back.
We will be back.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe with a few surprises.
Maybe. Yeah, no, we might come back with a new look and a bit of rebranding in sort of like late 24 and season 2025. And maybe we'll come back with a new attitude as well.
Christmas special.
Christmas special, yeah. And,
Halloween special.
we've got all sorts of things to look forward to. Thanksgiving. Let's do a Thanksgiving.
That's true.
But yeah, I think we will have a little bit of a break now before we kind of pick it up again. And keep bringing the Whopperinos, like just that little bit of something to look forward to on a Thursday night, if that's when it is if that's when they sort of look to watch it.
Yeah.
Being on YouTube, you can watch it anytime you want. But
Rewatch it.
And
that's
rewatch,
exactly
yeah.
it. Yeah, rewatching. Bump those views up. Okay, well, that's probably it. I think we're going fairly long. A few things to cut out here. But it's been great times, great fun. Had a lot of fun. Enjoy hanging out with you, PC. Enjoy Buttons and Sam on these last few episodes. From everybody here at Salty and the Champ at Shore Street Studios, and Miguel included, Miguel Gonzalez, who is not in the studio, but he is part of the Salty and the Champ family. He is our announcer.
Yeah.
And he's gonna send us out in a moment. We all reach out to you and say thank you for watching. Thank you for being a member of the Hot Whoppers community. As I'm stealing Miguel's lines. He's not going to be too happy at me. But yeah, I do appreciate the views and everything and reaching out. So yeah, let us know how you've enjoyed this first season, and I guess we might be back for season 2 coming up. So good night, and God bless everybody, and Go the footy. Good luck to, if it is the Saints, the Swans and the Cats, then good luck to whoever wins that one. Good on them. Kind of sick of his, but yeah. Go Hawks. Go the Hawk Ball. All right, good night, everyone, and catch you later on. Woo!
Thank you for tuning in today, and thanks to each of you for being a member of the Hot Whoppers community. You can contact the podcast at saltyandthechamp@gmail.com. Salty was dressed by Kmart. Champ was dressed by Gasman. Music was written and performed by Semivers, of Silverman Sound Studios. That is it for now. Don't forget to tune in again next time. I love you, goodbye.